I'm David Scott. Thanks for watching. A Marble Falls man repeatedly sexually abused wants others to hear and learn from his story. 26-year-old Frank Marquez was sexually assaulted many times by his uncle, but says he didn't know how to speak out. 49-year-old Michael Rivera was already a registered sex offender when he started abusing Marquez. KXAN's Jacqueline Inglés shows how the victim is finally finding closure years after the crime.
Sorry. 26-year-old Frank Marquez Jr. has a lot to smile about. He's growing his own company and has a beautiful fiancée. He's also free to focus on his future after facing down a dark part of his past in a Burnett courtroom last month.
He was doing things to me with his hands. He asked me to touch him down there.
Marquez was sexually assaulted by his uncle 3 times, starting when he was just 9 years old. At the time, 49-year-old Michael Rivera was on probation for sexual indecency with another boy Marquez knew. Marquez says it started with fondling and escalated to rape.
I was like, no, he's like, come on, it's okay, it's okay. And I was like, no, I know. At that time, he had his pants down.
Confused and uneducated about sexual assault, Marquez kept quiet for almost a decade, though he did tell a counselor.
I didn't want to create any kind of hate or separation in the family, so I just kept quiet.
Carrying the secret took its toll. From the outside, he appeared normal at family gatherings and high school football games. Mentally, Marquez was markedly different.
My mom, and I'll remember these quotes until the day I die, she's always like, Frankie, there was one time when you were so loving.
Frank says he started to resent his parents. He thought his counselor had told them about the assaults, and they didn't do anything about it. But they didn't know. When Marquez confronted his dad in 2008, his father called the police.
You can't imagine the toll it pays on you mentally.
Rivera was arrested and charged with indecency and aggravated assault of a child. Last month, he took a plea deal and stayed out of jail.
It was a huge relief because, one thing, it was over with. I don't have to deal with it again.
But in a town as small as Marble Falls, it wouldn't be long before he'd run into his uncle out on the streets.
It still makes me very angry to still see this man walking on the streets.
Still, Frank says he has closure, even though it comes with more cost. His once close-knit family is torn apart, animosity running rampant.
At Christmas or at Thanksgiving, it's no longer the 20 or 30 plus people we have. Now we're down to maybe 10 of our family hanging out.
Michael Rivera is now running a taco stand that's near 2 schools in Marble Falls. Meanwhile, Marquez says he doesn't regret coming forward. His future goal is to educate young children about sexual assault and encourage parents to have open conversations on the topic with their kids. Reporting live in the studio, Jacqueline Inglés, KXAN, Austin News.